Hey everyone, welcome to the daily analysis for today. A little bit early today, kind of like a midday analysis, but I think that's kind of a nice thing to do every once in a while, just take a little bit different view of the market. So maybe today we'll take a look at a few 4-hour bars as they're coming to a close here pretty soon instead of all dailies, and just take a little look at the market, see what we might expect as far as the day finishing up, and then tomorrow, of course, as the day is going to close, or excuse me, as the week's going to close with tomorrow's bars, kind of just what we expect as far as the week's end here. All right, so that's what we're going to cover. We'll check out our news for tomorrow and a couple other things, and then we'll be right back into the charts. Alright guys, and so for tomorrow it's pretty light news. The one New York session news announcement that I'm taking a look at here is the prelim. That's USD. It's 9:55 a.m. That's consumer sentiment. So want to pay attention to that one. Then there's that 4:30 a.m. pound news as well. Retail sales for pound. And with the pound weakness, it'll be interesting to see if any news announcement soon can turn that around. Okay, guys, and then just to quickly cover our terms. Basically, the idea here again, just to so you understand that we're a free education website that gives you information, for educational purposes, and then we're not investment advisors. We're not telling you to come to our website, listen to what we have to say, and then go risk your own money, because that would require us to be licensed and all of that, which we're not. So this is just educational purpose only. And if you need to, pause and read through that video, or excuse me, read through that term, please go ahead and do that. Alright guys, I just want to start off with this odd dollar. We had a really strong bounce off this level here, basically at 102, 102.40. And a nice move 2 days in a row up. You can see it broke right back through the little base here. And so today we're kind of coming down, kind of like a centering type action, and looking like it may want to move up higher. We are at another level here, kind of in the middle. This level at basically 103.580 is the exact area that I'm looking at. It could struggle here, but this is a nice little pin bar. We could see some pretty good continuation. Another thing to check out would be the fib on this recent swing, from this recent swing here, and you can see that the 38.2 is pretty close. So let me pull that down there. 38.2 is pretty close, but then the 50 is right in here, so could break through and head to the 50 area. I think that's definitely a legitimate target as this odd moves higher, so that's something to keep in mind. I think that this is a pretty nice hook back. It could very well be the continuation of this down move, and this could just be a 2-bar pullback before coming down and getting all the way down to our base here. But at the same time, decent level of support here, and we could see a continuation bounce. So I'd keep a close eye on the odd dollar here. If we break through, I think it has a high probability of continuing up into the 50 level, and maybe really much higher, maybe all the way up to 106 up here. So you never really know, but it looks like some decent momentum over the last 2 days, and could get some continuation throughout the rest of the day. We'll see. So far centered back and moving slightly back to the upside now, and we'll see if we can get any strong continuation there in the last few hours of the day. Here's a quick 4-hour look at the odd. Again, we pulled back. You can see price came and then hopped all the way back up. Now we're kind of centering again at 103.5. And so from this point, it looks like it could definitely be the continuation of this downtrend. Definitely some short potential there, at least coming back in this zone. But don't forget that there is a nice impulse, strong move up before this, so you don't want to count out the ability for this to break. So basically, as far as the odds concerned, I'd wait for it to either break down below this little tiny shelf here, or to continue up through these fib levels, and then make my decision basically after that. Alright, you can see the euro dollar pulled back into the area that we were looking at here. So very happy that we're in this area. I think it's a great area of support. And so basically what I'm looking at now is just any kind of movement back to the upside to jump on long and try to take it right back up toward 137, which is our previous high. The current 4-hour bar here, this is the euro dollar 4-hour, just a little bit of a stall right above 133. And so again, we're closing this bar out soon, but if we get a nice move, a nice 4-hour, strong move, maybe something that breaks through the bottoms here and closes up near 134, then I'm going to think this thing's going back. I'm going to look to jump on long, a stop loss below the fib level, and probably a target up here in the 137 area. And that's what I'm looking for on this euro dollar, just a nice impulsive run back to the previous high, and see if we can get some profit there. So now it's just a matter of waiting for that impulse or that momentum move back to the upside, and see if we get that. As I mentioned yesterday, pound finally picking up that momentum and showing a lot of continuation to the downside, which we can see today. Today's bar continuing nicely. We actually just hit our target on the copier account, so those of you copying should have got a nice profit taken today. And this could very well continue to our next level. Right now, our profit target was basically here because of the bottoms of these shelves, so we took it. But that's not to say that it can't bounce or fight and then get down toward this next level at 152.86, which is really the major area of support in this sideways market and something to keep a close eye on. So keep an eye on that and see if this pound can continue. Euro pound, kind of an interesting setup here. I noted the breakout yesterday and talked about the continuation potential. Right now, it pulled right back into the top of this trend line for now. So to me, this could be a good continuation move. Now, of course, there's the idea that it could be just a total fake out and a crash back through, and that's something to be concerned with anytime you're looking at breakout setups. But to me, so far, it looks like it could be just a nice retest of this 86 area and then a push right back higher. And so that's something that I want to keep a close eye on this euro pound. Looking at it at the 4-hour chart, euro pound on the 4-hour chart, you can see the nice impulsive move, broke through, topped out basically at 86.60, and then pulled right back down to form this base. So looking pretty good in my opinion on the 4-hour chart. Like it wants to continue. Maybe it could continue right back into here, but maybe we could actually continue our high and go to this new high or higher highs. Excuse me, to retest this former high or go to new highs. The euro pound, in my opinion, still has a lot of potential to go higher if it so chooses. And so, trying to capture it as the trend might continue is typically going to be your best risk-reward trades. When you have a tight stop loss under the 4-hour here, but then you're targeting either the previous high or even letting it run to see if you can get to higher highs. And those are great trade potentials. So the euro pound is one that I'd look very seriously at. As far as taking euro longs, I still do like the euro dollar better, just because I like the zone of support it's in better than the euro pound. But that's not to say that either one is not a good trade potential. All right, pound New Zealand. This is the daily chart on the pound New Zealand, and as you know, it was breaking through yesterday, and I mentioned that. And so I took this trade towards the end of the day yesterday and got in short. Got in short, and I'm just looking to hold this to see if it can go. I mean, there's a potential that it's kind of in space out here and it's going to bounce right back up to more normal prices anytime. But to me, there's some serious potential that this thing could drag to a much lower low. And so I'm holding on to this one. Got it, 150 pips up right now or so, and I'm just waiting to see if we can get some carry through, if it can start a new leg to the downside, and holding it not really with any target in mind, just trying to be patient and waiting to see if this thing can move into some, some pretty low prices. Already it's heading, into 82.50. If it breaks out, we can talk about 1.8, and then, each level. After that, it's just psych levels, because there's no former, history of price. It's just about how far this thing can drag on into this unexplored area. And so to me, it's a good trade to have, because you never know how much profit potential is on it. It could really be unlimited profit potential, which to me sounds pretty good. So that's the pound New Zealand, just looking to see if this thing can drag on and continue to break through these lower lows. All right, and then lastly, just want to talk about this USD CAD because I'm still in this trade. And you can see today, so far, not really doing a lot. Mainly, what we have going on here is that it came down and is struggling right at parity, which I knew would be an issue, and so that's something that I'm trying to give it room to see if it can break through. You can see that, the last swing it broke through pretty easily, so hopefully in this situation it can break through as well. And again, just trying to get back to this 99.30 area on this USD CAD. So trying to be patient, seeing if it can break through parity. Right now it's doing a lot of stalling. If you look at the 4-hour chart, you can see that there's not a lot of ground being made. Slow, gradual movement to the downside for a while today, but now you can see kind of building a little bit of a pin back to the upside right off parity here and trying to push up. So hopefully it doesn't push up too high. It's just a matter of kind of testing and continuing this channel and then moving lower, which is what I would like to see. But who knows, it could bounce pretty strong off that parity level, so just a matter of time to wait and see what we got there. Alright guys, well that's it for the analysis today. Again, kind of a midday analysis, but I hope it was helpful for you. I'm sure some of you will be watching at the end of the day and maybe a little confused about the daily bars looking different than they did as I was recording it. But I took it around 1 p.m. Eastern here, and so we'll see what things change, and of course I'll check up with you tomorrow on that in tomorrow's analysis. Alrighty guys, have a great day, enjoy your Valentine's Day, and I'll talk to you soon.